Right guys, TaylorMade RSi1 hitting up against Titleist AP1. Let's give slots of clock, RSi1 a hit up against no slots of clock, AP1. See what slots do, let's see what loss does, let's see what length does, let's see what these two main manufacturers are trying to sell you to help you play better golf, and let's see if one would help you maybe more than the other or not at all. Let's get stuck in. Right guys, match-up time, Titleist AP1 and TaylorMade RSi1. Now, got 6 irons in both, putting both down by the ball. You're almost going to struggle to see which club is which down by the ball. Slightly shinier chromed in RSi1, but same amount of offset really. Top lines look almost identical. You've obviously got the 2 slots and slot on the bottom on RSi1, which is what makes it visibly look different to AP1 from Titleist, which just has a kind of standard golf club appearance. It doesn't need that visible tech to try and sell maybe. Bottom lines of these two clubs, so very similar. The soles are about the same thickness. Again, obviously you get the slot in RSi1. Really not much in appearance difference in these two guys. They're going to definitely aim at golfers who want the same kind of appearance in a club. Now, we'll get into the numbers a bit more because we've got the real ball data coming from GC2 HMT and my Titleist Pro V1X balls. This 6 iron is longer than that 6 iron, and I've not checked the lofts yet. We will check them as well. So let's just hit them and see what they feel like. I mean, down by the ball, RSi1 looks nice. The lines frame the ball up well. It's a nice biggish head. It's going to offer a lot of kind of confidence for golfers, I think, with that little bit of offset as well. It does look like it's going to push the ball up in the air. Let's give it a hit. It feels good off the face. It makes quite a loud noise, which is what you expect from this kind of model. It looks like it's a nice high flight. It looks like I could push it up high and keep it down, so it makes me feel like I could do more with this, which I like about game improvement clubs. Often people say they're less. You can't manoeuvre them around as much. I argue you can manoeuvre them around more, to be honest. Certainly when it comes low and high, and when it comes to tilting spin axes on the ball, that's about face the path and striking, those kind of things. Not about how solid a head or thin a head it is so much. Let's give this one another hit. Now, I caught that one slightly out the toe, but it's still performing goodish. We'll look at what the slots do and what have you, and I've looked at it in other videos. Give it one more hit before we hit AP1. You know, I like this club and I think it'll appeal to a lot of golfers. I do just feel it's just souped up with a lot of visual aids on it to make you feel like it's maybe doing more where other companies are doing the same amount, maybe without the slots. Devil's advocate. Again, hit that nice. I mean, I use game improvement irons. As game improvement iron goes, not that that's not my favourite term, but let's call it that. That's a very good looking iron. If we compare it to Titleist AP1, so this now feels like an 8 iron compared to that one because it's not quite as long. It's got quite a long blade length like that one as well, like the RSi1, which again will offer lots of confidence because there's a lot of real estate down by the ball. Let's give it a hit, see how it feels. Again, I reckon if you blindfolded me, you wouldn't. It's almost exactly the same sound out of this one. I didn't hit that one so middly, but it still flew okay. Let's give it another hit. Look, sound, feel, if you want to call it that. I think you'd struggle to tell the difference between these two. So unless there's something in the numbers outside of lengths and lofts, I think you'd really be going on brand awareness, brand allegiance, I think, with this. And certainly Titleist do struggle in the game improvement area to appeal maybe because it's seen so much as an on-tour brand, isn't it, for lots of people, where TaylorMade does appeal maybe more to the average person player a little bit more. Let's give it one more hit. Again, I feel like I could move this high and low no problem because it is a friendly iron. Look, both of those two look good. I'm really struggling to tell the difference between the two apart from the lengths and maybe physical lofts, which we'll measure. We'll look at in the numbers section in a second. Let's check the numbers out. See, there's nothing really in the hitting of those two, feel, appearance, that would make me go one after the other. Again, it would be bound to what bag you want to go with what bag you want a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Let's check the numbers out and see if they would sway me to either one of these two irons. Right guys, numbers time. Titleist AP1 6-iron RSi 6-iron. Initial distances there very different. Look, 182 on the RSi, so going much further, and then 171 on the AP1. Miss hit there at 166. If I take that out, 173. So you're looking at around 11 to 9 yards subject to strikes. Distance. So RSi going considerably further, really, for two 6-irons. Spinning less, 4,600 revs, where AP1 spinning 5.6. Both launching at around 16 degrees, a fraction higher launch from the RSi. Interesting stats here, though, guys. Two 6-irons. I get a lot of comments from people saying, why do you not hit two comparable clubs of each company? And what happens is it splits. So some want two 6-irons and some want equivalent lofts. It just does not work like that, guys, unfortunately. All you've got to do is understand the loft and the length of the club you're hitting, and you can almost compare it up to any other club, to be honest, from an 8-iron to a 9-iron. As long as you understand the lofts and you understand your kind of distances for each club, which I obviously do. Look, RSi1 6-iron here, if we're looking at the length, it's 37.63 with a loft of 26.5 degrees. So 26.5 on the 6-iron. AP1 Titleist 29. That's 3 degrees difference in loft. That's almost a club. And those numbers are almost to a club difference. So much stronger in loft in RSi. RSi is also a fraction longer, 36.5 for the AP1 Titleist, where you're 30. Oh, it's a lot longer, is it? Am I getting that right? No, 37.5, sorry, 6-iron to 37.63, so a tiny bit longer. So it's a tiny bit longer in the length, the RSi, and it's certainly stronger in the loft. Which is where I would see that distance difference on those two irons, really. I think if you spec them up to be exactly the same loft and length, which would require some serious custom fitting, I don't think I'd get any of the clubs from the companies really to allow me to do that, because they might not want that comparison. You're going to see they go almost identically the same. Now, you have got to work in there. AP1 has a 166 miss hit. For some 9 yards to maximum to minimum strike, 175 to 166, where RSi with its slots is a 6-yard difference. So there's a bit of a difference, but again, they are not comparable strikes. They are being struck differently on the face. To get a strike with the same angle of attack, same dynamic loft, same face of the path would take thousands of hits. That's where you need a robot. So interesting number, guys, there. Not much in those two. When you put the RSi in your hand, it feels like a longer, bigger club than AP1. Obviously, if you wanted your AP1 to be longer, you could custom fit. If you wanted the lofts to be strengthened, you could get that in custom fit. And the same way in RSi, if you wanted it weaker or stronger, you'd be able to move it around in custom fit as well. As I keep saying, guys, they perform all very, very similar. I know you're all looking for the magic answer, and there's people out there who might be saying there is magic answers, but there isn't. The performance is on you. You've got to do it. Two good looking irons, two pretty user friendly irons. I can't really say one is better than the other. I would say RSi1, if you want to just get a club that hits further, don't want to think about it, don't want to understand the lofts or anything, you just want to buy a club that hits further, on the way that club is spec'd up, then you're probably going to get that out of RSi1. There are reasons why, but if you just want to ignore those reasons, and I do that a little bit with my clubs, I use cranked up game improvement clubs, and I don't, you know, when I'm hitting a 6-iron and someone else in the course vlog, if you like, is hitting a 6-iron with me, or even they're hitting a 5-iron, I'll play on that. But I know in the back of my head that they're probably about the same club, but it still makes me feel quite good. So maybe something there to be said about it just feeling a lot better. Let me know what you think, guys. Post comments down below. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. Thanks for watching. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show. Get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.